Hello, this is JilliBling. How are you? I know it's been a long time, but I went on vacation. Yay! And I am back, and I have a project to share, which will be one of our June projects, gone fishing. So, usually I like to make manly May, but I did a few May cards. But this one, I love the tackle box. Is that just the cutest? Yeah. And look at all those little pieces. And you could put whatever you want in here. It could be Father's Day, or like this one I did as a birthday. However you like. And I used a window sheet to make it look like you're opening up a tackle box. And I kept thinking I need to put a card in the back of it or something just so that there's room to write. But sometimes writing just a little bit is good. So this one in Pebbled Path, this one is more Happy Father's Day. Isn't that cute? Don't you just love all these little things? And I found if you do one of each, that just means one pass through the machine and, well, of course, another pass for the tackle box, and you're done. Happy retirement. Good things come to those that wait, like retirement. So it could go in either direction. This one, you just have to write in between the lines. I mean, the card says enough. Just go fishing. Okay, so I have two of them in portrait. So I want to do one in landscape in Pebbled Path. So that's the plan for today. So we will be using Gone Fishing Stampin' Set and Gone Fishing dies. And there's all these other ones. I need to, oh, I have an idea. I'm going to be doing another card using this bundle, something in Misty Moonlight. And I'll try to use these. I don't know if you just heard that racket. Our ice machine is finally working. It just clunked into there. Oh, that's good news. You don't know how long it's been out. It's been out probably a month before we went on our little trip, and then we're ready to schedule it because it was like, how are we supposed to survive without ice? And of course they wanted to come when we were away, but they were here. Okay, so these are the colors: Memento, Real Red, Cajun Craze, Mossy Meadow, Lost Lagoon, Lemon Lime Twist, and Basic Gray. And I have a little cheat sheet. Let me get stuff over here. Okay, so this is stamping the cute stuff on. This paper right here, this long narrow paper, is going to be the, well, let's do it, the back and forth for the only place you need to write. Just a little bit of writing. Back and forth, back and forth. And I don't know if you noticed, but when you put this inside the card underneath that one panel, it could be just a 2-panel area, or also it could be 4-panel. I'm thinking 4-panel is better because it's the same piece of paper. But if you put it in and have this attached to the panel, this attached to the card base, you get only 2. But if you do it the other way, the panel, this will make sense in a minute, the panel and the card base, then when you open it, you have 4. And if you're like, okay, I noticed that there was a difference, when it comes to class, just look at them and have it off to the side, and you could figure out, okay, this is 4 panels, so it needs to go this way. Okay, hoping you could see that. Okay, and then if you want the 2-panel, right here, let me see if I can hold this up for you to see it. Okay, so it's 2-panel. That means it needs to go this way. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so that's good. Look how bright that is. We are going to do the tackle box. So there's 2 pieces to the tackle box. One of them has all the compartments, and this one is a little bit bigger. I'll put it over the top. And that's for the base of the tackle box. So we're going to run these two through. But before we do that, I've got pieces on here. Okay, so there's the bigger one, and then there is this one, and I saved just the one panel, just this biggest rectangle, because I'm going to stamp the words on that, and that's going to have the movement. So we'll put those together in a minute. Sparkly paper. Oh, window sheet. Window sheet. Let's fold this in half. Can you even see that? You could just see the sparkle on it, the shine. So, and the window sheets come 12 by 12, but you just cut it down to card size. 8.5 by 11, and then cut in half. 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so here's this. Just keep those over there. Oh, so here's my little cheat sheet. Let me show you this. It makes things make sense. So there's greetings. There's a little swish of water. You're like, what is that? The little swish of water is for, see right there? You could use it there, or back behind your tackle box little sections. And this one I put it on the inside too. Most of them, this one I wanted to, and I forgot. So if you forget to do it, this little swish of water or shadows, it's fine. This one, I did it good. So can you see it right back behind this shiny lure? And it's back behind on each of the little compartments. Then there's a little bit on here too. And this was stamped off, just so it's a bit lighter. I want to do something like this one today. Just because when you look at these, I started going crazy. This was the first one. Love it. This is the second one. And I wanted to use these words up here in this, this little section because it fits perfectly. So I was like, okay, 3 items per compartment. And it got a little bit busy. Excuse me. Then this one I thought, okay, well, what if I tame it down where there's all the same kind of lures in each compartment? And that got a little busy too. I still like it and all, but it's just, ooh, get carried away. Okay, so this one here, we're going this direction. Okay, where were we? Okay, so there are words, and I got this one from a different set. It's a retired set, but I just wanted something for birthday. So any words that will fit on this little piece right here. And then for the lures, there's 4 of them. And then there's the fish. And I don't think that the fish is a lure, because these all have the hole in it to put the string through it. And this one is just a swimming fish. So there is 4 different, and then I use different colors for each one. And for each of the cards, I use the same colors: Lost Lagoon, Lemon Lime Twist, Cajun Craze, Real Red for the bobber, for this fish looking lure, for this shimmer in the light lure, and this feathered looking one is Lost Lagoon. Just because it could become overwhelming if you start switching colors around. It just, sometimes it's just too much. And of course, Mossy Meadow, good fish color, huh? So today I want to do one of each of these, and then there are other dies that make the other metallic pieces. So I need washi tape. These are the pieces that are metallic. So right on here, these are little weights. This is, you know, I'm sure guys or fisher people have names for all of these, but I don't. You would think I do, but I don't. I have no idea. And even if I were to look it up and tell you, I wouldn't remember. I'm not much of a fisher person. I like salmon. Okay, so we'll do one of each of those, and then let's stamp these others. So hold on to that just a minute. So let's stamp on plain white paper these 4 right here. Okay, so I'm going to start out in Memento. These little pieces of washi tape will matter in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to stamp them in Memento and then put color over the top. So we came back from our trip on Sunday. We came back exhausted because we had been up for 25 hours. Who could do that? You would think, oh, just sleep on the plane. It's not that easy for everyone. And to top it off, I got COVID. We got COVID. Started feeling bad and sneezy, and I think I know. This guy that walked into the elevator, he was like, I don't feel good. And he looked miserable. And then he got off at the next stop, but we've both been vaccinated. It isn't fair. Tony's doing great. I have little congestion and I have coughing fits. So I'm hoping I don't have a coughing fit because they come out of nowhere. I feel pretty good, but I don't want a coughing fit. Okay, so red is for the bobber. And just do your best to line it up at the bottom. And even if you have a little bit of a white swoosh, just think of that as a highlight. And another thing is if you do it just a little bit high, this red band ends up fitting perfectly. If you do it low, like right against there, you could see the band outside the lines. Okay, real red, Cajun Craze. You know, while I'm thinking about it, just because I know the coughing fit, it comes out of nowhere. Okay, and this little fish. So this little fish, when you stamp it, don't push too hard because the ink that's in the hole for the eye, well, I kind of did it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You see I didn't push very hard. But see how there's just a little dot of ink right there? If I would have pushed less, it would have been better. Okay, Mossy Meadow is for the fish. We're not going to do the fish. Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon. I love this color. Okay. And that one, just try to line up this center bit to keep it clear of ink. And then finally, Lemon Lime Twist. So if you have this set, if you can, hold on to the end, because I have tips on putting it together, which make all the difference. Trying to do it on your own, you might have a few little problems. Uh-oh, I hear the Roomba coming out. I'm gonna tell her, turn off, don't come out. So this one is for the lure. There, she's paused. So look how perfectly that fits over. Then this one is for the Cajun Craze one. Isn't that nice? They just all get cut out. This one, because those are hitting, and I should separate all these. Just because running them through the machine, like this one, I know it wouldn't have fit when they were together. There's no need to run the paper through the machine twice, because it will probably just get those lovely little cutting pad lines on it. Fish. Oh, and then I could run it through all at once. Isn't that nice? Have everything cut all at once. And the fancy lure. Okay, so I'm going to cut out pieces and the metallic pieces. How about this one? This could come with and be the pieces holder. Pieces. Okay, looking good. So I think we're done with this. So the words, this one I did Happy Father's Day, and then the inside, so glad that you're my dad. I want to do this one opposite. So Happy Father's Day is going to be on the inside. What is that? Pebble Path something. Okay, so this one, okay, let's get these pieces over here. Let's just start assembling it. And I'll show you my little trick for that. So, take this piece and put it on with washi tape. So it's just temporarily on. Okay, and this one will go right in here, but I'm going to stamp on it first. I'm going to stamp, oh, which way are we going? We're going this way. I'm going to stamp, so glad you're my dad. The thing is trying to get words that will fit onto the panel. Perfect. Okay, and then, you know, every time I've done the folding, ready, but then when it comes to stamping, I say, why did I do the folding? Yeah, hindsight. So this one is going to be in here like this, so that you'd get all four. So that's what I want. Happy Father's Day. That could be here at the bottom. Another thing with folding it is it wants to kind of pop up. Ooh, now I could see it good. Happy Father's Day. That looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to decorate, I think, most of the panels with fish stuff, but not all of them, so that there's a little room, like one panel to write. Okay, so fish stuff. I'm just going to go for it. That one. Stamping over the crease. Okay, wish luck. Yay! And okay. I think this one might be my favorite. So while we were gone, Bo decided, my little bald spot on my thigh, I'm going to lick it until it's an ouchie. Then he was licking the other side of his tummy until it was an ouchie. Long story short, he went to the doctor yesterday because it's a mess. I mean, like really a mess. And he's on an antibiotic and also anti-anxiety meds. And then if ever we go out of town, we plan on doing another trip here, he needs to be on these meds. My dog has mental health issues, I think. The doctor didn't say that. I was like, oh, it's okay. That's very common. But, Oh my gosh. And Evan and Michaela were here. I mean, those are his people. Yeah. I tell Tony it's his fault because he spoils that dog. He's like, this is the best dog ever. He spoils him. Okay, so don't push too hard. Think I could do it? Yes, yes. Okay, this one is going to be a challenge because it's right over the crease and it's supposed to be a solid image. Okay. Not bad. And the bobber. Oh, I want to put some of those, that little shadow thing on here too. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay, the shadow thing, before I forget. Oh, and the shadow thing in the little panels. So the shadow, I could do it in Memento Black, but I'm going to do it in Basic Gray because I want it to be just a little softer. So, shadow. It kind of fills in the background a little. I don't know what I did there. I smeared something. Okay, that's done. So now this piece, this one is going to go here. Oh, did I have one other? No. There's those words that I like, but I don't think that they're fitting for a Father's Day card. Something about, you know, like when you're fishing, you have to do all that waiting. So glad you're so glad that you're my dad. And then something about being patient is, nah, it doesn't fit. I don't know if you could tell, I really don't have any reason for doubling and single. It's just a background. Okay, let's get to building this thing. Because we are done with the stamping. We could start with this one. So, liquid glue. Oh, and should I put any of the, maybe I'll put linen thread on this one. So, this goes right here in the middle, and it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Like I'm noticing that this side is a little bit more narrow than that side because this panel is going to cover it all. Okay, that's good. So now, what goes in these other little compartments? I love that sparkly. This one, I think it just wants to call out like it is the winner. How about here? These are the little weight things. I think I need some sparkly in each compartment. Okay. And because this one is bigger, I'll put this one in here. And this one's a little empty. Then I have sparkle. Look at this piece. This one, I'm sure it has purpose, but I think it goes with, like, just to put sparkle on that one. Okay, sparkly, need some more sparkle. This one, I think this is just, this little heart thing is just a little add-on to one of these other lures. So it's going to go there. So now they all have sparkly. And then these hooks, where should the hooks go? I like how that is. They could go in here. Okay, have a plan. So I'm going to put some on dimensionals, like the bobber, and then some flat. That's the plan. Oh, I have a new blog. Same address, JilliBling.com, but I had it designed, new, different, what is it? What do they call it? Hosting site. This one is by WordPress, and it's very different, but if you want, you can subscribe. So whenever I do a blog post, it will come to your email, and I like that. Because the other one, which was through TypePad, that one was using just a different company to send out updates, and they went out of business. That's what spurred this whole thing on. Well, somebody said, I can't subscribe, what's going on? So I tried, and it was true. So then I went, well, long story short, I went through 3 different people trying to get someone to design it, because I have no idea about that stuff at all. And for one reason or another, it didn't work out. But finally found someone. I mean, not on my part. I was ready. I had the appointments. Anyhow, then I got this person, and she's like, oh yeah, we could do that. And it cost way too much, but it's done. Haven't done the final payment to them yet, but it's there. So give it a try. And hopefully you like it, because if you don't like it, I don't know what to do. I like it. Linen thread. Linen thread. So on these, let me show you. This has no thread. This has like we're going fishing. That's fishing stuff. And then this one, I have it running through the lure into a knot. Kind of like that. I'll do that. But I'll put it on this one. Okay, so this gets the sparkly attached. Just like that. Then I'll put it on with dimensionals. Stick them together. Oop. Need a little one or 2. Okay. Isn't that pretty? If a fishing lure could be pretty, that's pretty. Okay, so that's done. I think Cajun Craze fish gets to be flat, and then this one is going to be on with dimensionals. So because I have COVID, I had to cancel all of my girly appointments, which is kind of a pain. It's like I like having my eyelashes done and nails done. Ugh. So I canceled for a week because I'm pretty sure, you know, if I tested right now, I don't know that I'd be clear, but I think in a week I'll be clear. Maybe even tomorrow or the day after, but right now, no. Good thing glue dries clear, huh? There, that's how it will be. And then this one. So these little fish. Okay, this is the shape I'm assuming it is. Close enough. Okay, that one right now, I have the fish hook going over the frame to the tackle box, but once I lift it up and the glue is a little bit dried, it will just lay underneath the frame. Okay, so this one gets linen thread. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Ooh, linen thread is good for tackle box. Look at that. Okay, I like it. Not sure where I want that string to go, but that's okay. I don't want it to be perfectly centered. I want it to be purposely a little off. Oh, that's cute. And then let's see how the linen thread does, because if it gets too crazy and in the way, I might need to tack it down. For instance, the silver, it kept on flopping outside, flopping inside, up over the words. So I put just a little bit of liquid glue and the two strings kind of stay together, so it holds it in place a little bit. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, this part goes together quick. So washi tape goes off. And when you go to attach the tackle box to the window sheet, it's almost impossible to avoid seeing adhesive through. Like if you look at this and if you look really close, yeah, you could say, yeah, you use glue. But when you get a card and you're looking at it, you're looking at the words, you're not inspecting glue. Also on the back, you could see the tape runner, the seal, Stampin' Seal, but there's no getting around that. So just embrace it. It's good. Okay, so now this part comes off. That gets stuck down there. This, I might tack it a little bit right here. Okay, dry. Okay, so the next step is to put it in the window sheet. Isn't it cute? I like the sparkle on it. Okay, so I do have a plant. I wish that would, well, you know what? They say if you take your heat tool to it, I'm going to do it gently. I dried it a little bit. It also warped the paper a little bit. Okay, so to start out, I'm going to flip this upside down, and I'm going to put tape on the underside of it. So, stamp and seal around the whole outside edge. Okay, and I do have a little trick for doing this. Because if you were to put it in here, try to get it centered, this sticky stamp and seal, super sticky, it will stick to the window sheet as if they were magnets. And most likely it'll be in the wrong place. So I'm opening up the window sheet. I'm hoping you could see this. There you go. And I'm putting it right where I want it. This side down here is sticky. This is not touching it. So I'm putting this larger panel in the window sheet on the top of it. And then once I get it where I want it, and just so it's somewhat centered, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so this is still loose. Now that I have it right where I want it, I'm just going to set it down, and that's it. If I were to shake this thing, it sticks like no tomorrow. Okay, so I kind of warped it with the heat tool. It's a little wobbly, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, and then the next and the last step, can you imagine how quick that went? Is putting this on, hold it in the middle, put liquid glue, just a single bead all the way around it, and try not to get too overdoing it with the liquid glue because it will smush out, and of course it dries clear, but it's better if there's none smushing out the sides of this die cut piece. Okay, then this one is this one, and do your best to line it up, and mostly lining up the words here at the top, this panel, and then after that looking at these sides, like I could see it needs to go up a little bit, and then just hold it for a second. And if it isn't exactly perfect, it's okay because the window sheet, like this one, see how there's movement? It's only perfectly in place when the card is closed, which might not happen. I think it's going to just remain popped open a little. See how I got it outside of there? It kind of makes smears. Okay. You know, I think that's it. Okay, what do you think? Wouldn't you love to get a card like that? Glue, glue. So glad you're my dad. Happy Father's Day. And then you just have to write your name. That's all that's to it. Okay, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day and a great upcoming weekend. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Like to know what you like. Okay. Bye.